Good morning, guys. Welcome back to my channel. The lighting is not so good here, but I am just checking in. I'm going to do a what I eat in a day today. So for those of you who saw my last Instagram, I was kicked out of ketosis over the weekend and I am now back in. Yay! And it's Monday 10:55, so I tested this morning at about 8 a.m. and I was just in. I used the urinalysis strips, so not completely accurate. I might have been further in than what those strips actually showed. It's best to use the blood strips if you are fussed on how far into ketosis you are. But on the weekend, yeah, like I had a nice normal evening where I went out for dinner and I didn't track, I didn't freak out about what I was eating. I just, of course, I'm so used to being keto like orientated that when I am out and I'm ordering food, I'll always go for something a little more keto friendly than usual. So what I ordered, because I know that some of you will ask, is I got some like pork belly and then I got like Asian greens, and rather than having oyster sauce, I got soy sauce instead. I drank lots of wine, I had some cookies for dessert. I haven't had a cookie in so long, but it's honestly just amazing to see where I am now compared to where I was at Bali when I used to freak out about having these like cheat meals. But now it's just like whatever, because I know that I can get back in. I've trained this morning. For those asking how to get back into ketosis quickly, if you train fasted, that will absolutely burn through the glycogen stores and you will start producing ketones. If you kind of incorporate exogenous ketones, I don't know, I don't use them, but some people swear by it, and it's more of an appetite suppression result that you get with those. So this morning, I wouldn't say that like I've clean fasted, because I have had coffee and I had a tablespoon of MCT oil as well. I've literally just poured myself a bone broth and I'm about to get in the car and drive for 2.5 hours. So this should get me home comfortably without like experience any extreme hunger. How I knew that I was kicked out of ketosis is I can feel it, and like any of you who have been adapted and you've had days where you've been kicked out, you'll understand this. Like my energy levels just drooped, I couldn't focus, my concentration was off, still felt really dusty this morning, and then did that workout, and I think that's what kind of like kicked me back in. But yeah, honestly, and I'm so hungry, but hungry at times where I usually wouldn't be starving. Like I normally don't get hungry until about lunchtime, and like I don't really look at the clock. Like my body tells me when I am ready to eat something, and like I'd be like at work at 5 a.m. and by 6 a.m. I'm absolutely starving. So I'm like, yeah, like I don't even, yeah, I just felt gross. And this was like a couple of days leading up to this like cheat weekend. But right now I'm just drinking some bone broth. I've got it here. So it's Meadow and Marrow. This is like an Australian brand, but you can order it online. I'll leave the link in my description box. But she's so nice, and yeah, this is a burn one. It came in my Keto Lane package. I'll also leave the link for that. And it's spicy, but it's so good. And if you're trying to just make a fast last for as long as possible, but you're not too fussed about like calories in your fast, then, and it's more you're fasting from food, then absolutely bone broth is so good. But yeah, I'm gonna do this drive and I will check in for my first meal. I'll see you in a bit. I wouldn't usually film while I'm out and about, only because I find it pretty embarrassing. However, I will show you how I would order a meal when I'm eating out. It's almost 2:30, so I'm very hungry. I've just ordered a coffee and I've built my own breakfast, and I'll show you the menu. So I always find a place that does all day breakfast, especially if I'm having like breakfast and lunch. And what I've done here is I've chosen eggs. So I got scrambled eggs, and I asked for it just to be cooked in butter, no milk, because I know that sometimes they do that. And I've ordered smoked salmon, the avocado, and halloumi. And I got an almond milk flat white, and I just double checked that the almond milk was a brand that I knew and wasn't high in sugar or carb, because sometimes they are. And this is what I got. So some scrambled eggs, avocado, salmon, halloumi, a bit of rocket, and I asked for some olive oil on the side, got my salt and pepper and my almond milk decaf flat white because I've already had a coffee today. But yum! So I'm back at home now and I'm clearly in my comfy clothes. Just sat down to do some uni work, but I've made a hot chocky and it's literally just like a teaspoon of cacao and that's it, and hot water. And this is really good with almond milk as well, but I don't have any at home. It's more for the warmth because it's pretty cold in Australia now, but just like a little snack post brunch, lunch, afternoon tea, whatever I just had out, and then I'll be making dinner soon. Hey guys, so it's about 4:30. It's not quite time for dinner, but I'm gonna have a snack. I was sent something really amazing today and probably one of the best orders I've had. So from Meadow and Marrow, it's a bone broth company. It's Australian, but they do ship to New Zealand, I believe, and I think that they have a website somewhere that will ship to the UK as well, and she mentioned that they will be going throughout Europe into the States as well soon, so just stay tuned, jump online and just stay up to date with what she's doing. I was originally sent this one here, and it's the burn, and that was sent to me by Keto Lane in the spicy hamper that she gave me, and that's so good. I've literally just been having like a teaspoon of that in boiling water and just sipping on it, and it's like a soup. It's amazing because it's an in-between energy booster. So say if like for now I'm not quite ready for dinner, it's like a nice little snack. So it's an alternative to coffee and tea, and because it's kind of cold in Australia now, like it's perfect for just sipping on and cook with it. You can, like, I'll probably just have like a teaspoon of it in hot water and that'll do me, but yeah, people cook with it. Benefits of bone broth: improve aging, including hair, skin and nails, treat food allergies, digestive issues and sensitivities, reverse bone, ligament, muscle and joint pain, reduce mood disorders like anxiety, fatigue and depression, and supports immune system function. So it's an amazing anti-inflammatory. So jump online, do your own research and buy some bone broth because it is amazing, and it's an energy booster as well. I like to have a teaspoon after a workout, especially if I'm fasting, and I know it's technically not considered fasting if you're having broth, but it's just something really good to help with the appetite suppression, especially if you're first starting this diet. But the flavors I've got here: lemon, ginger, ACV and turmeric. Got a beetroot one and a lemon and herb. And I usually am not so for processed anything, but this is really good. All the ingredients are totally natural. So in the lemon, ginger, ACV and turmeric, grass-fed beef bones, naturally evaporated sea salt, ginger, turmeric, organic apple cider vinegar, black pepper, lemon and myrtle. So yeah, all natural ingredients and they're so yummy. So I'm just gonna battle trying and doing this with one hand. So I've got the cleanse, so yeah. So what I'm gonna do is just pop a teaspoon of this, please don't go on the bench, in there. Top it up with boiling water. And I will sip on that. Yum. And it's really good. Yum. And it's nice and warm because it's cold. Okay, so it is now dinner time. I am making roast beef and some roast vegetables as well. This isn't vegan, so vegans, please don't get mad at me for the state of this meat, but I'll show you what I've got. Grass-fed roast beef with seeded mustard on top as a crust with some rosemary. And I've just got some mushrooms, broccoli, which I've lightly steamed, and some asparagus, which I'll just put in the oven and I'll cover with a little bit of coconut oil. On top of this, I'm just gonna add some olive oil. So try and do this filming. Good luck, Ruth. Just a tiny bit. And then I know that blood in there is really gross, but yeah, this is gonna take a little while to cook, but I'll check in once it's finished. Okay, so this is what we've got. Looking good. So this was cooking for about 45 minutes. And we've just got asparagus with coconut oil, mushroom with coconut oil, and a bit of rosemary and some broccoli. So I'm gonna sit down and have my dinner, but thank you so much for watching. Remember to like and subscribe. I'm sorry this one's not vegan. The next one I will make an effort to do a couple of vegan ideas for you guys. I'm not vegan. I get a lot of people asking whether or not I am. I just try and incorporate a vegan lifestyle with the ketogenic lifestyle the best I can, but I do eat red meat occasionally, like I am tonight. But again, thanks so much, and I'll see you next time.